Hey there! So today we have another Battle Beers, and this is between three Blue Moons. This is the Battle of the Blue Moons. And I didn't even know this is an option. I picked this one up first, and I was like, oh yeah, let me review a non-alcoholic Blue Moon, even though I've never, I don't even know if I've ever reviewed this on the channel, the regular Blue Moon, right? Then I saw this at a gas station. I was like, oh, I gotta review that, the 8%. So I got this first, then this one, and then boom, I just went to the gas station because it's Easter actually, and nothing's open. So I overpaid for a 6-pack of Blue Moon for you guys. It was like $14 at a 7-Eleven. I was like, golly, but what are you gonna do on Easter evening anyway, right? So ideally, I think the tasting should maybe go this way, this way, this way, but no. We're gonna do alcohol up, right? That's sort of the trend you should go. Just lower alcohol to higher alcohol. Cool. What does non-alcoholic Belgian white Blue Moon taste like? First off, shout out to the scientists out there. These beers are almost identical in appearance. I don't know if you can tell that, but like all in this kind of like Belgian wit beers are generally a little bit straw. I would argue this is more like a light gold color at best, with a good haze to it too, right? Good head creation too. Very zippy, orangey, but huge amount of wort flavor, as in the kind of like unfinished beer. Yeah, if you've ever walked into a brewery while they're doing brew day, you know exactly that smell. And it's that grainy-ish. It's barley tea. It's not even beer yet. It's barley tea, unfermented, and it smells very unfermented. The mouthfeel is fantastic. Yeah. Silky mouthfeel, nice zippy, orange flavor to it, but very wordy. Very much tastes like oatmeal or barley water tea, right? Like it just this unfinished beer flavor to it. It's fine. Honestly, with the mouthfeel for a 0.5 or basically 0% alcohol, does a very good job basically selling that. So if you're interested in breaking up your drinking and you like Blue Moon, check it out. You've like citrus, there you go. Very citrusy. So this is way less citrusy. I don't have a good date on this guy. I do not have a date on this guy. I'll probably have to check the rest of the 6-pack. But it is way less orangey and really has a way more amount of phenolics and esters. It really smells like a Belgian/German beer, right? Like there's that banana and clove and a little bit of bubblegummy character, yeah? Oh, it's not bad. So, this is beer. Like, it actually tastes like beer, obviously. 0%, 5%, right? What am I, an idiot talking? The interesting about this beer is that it's not that citrusy. It has a nice creamy mouthfeel, a little bit grainy. It's obviously a macro beer. But it actually has a lot of flavor for a macro beer. Like, objectively, this is a macro beer. This is owned by Miller Coors, blah, blah. But style-wise, it is very different. Like, again, you have to think about the world of objective numbers of, like, what are the biggest brands of beer sold in the country, right? Negra Modelo, Bud Light, Miller, Coors Light, boom, 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 PBR, boom, 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 right? Like, just keep going. Like, large portion, almost all of it is macro lagers, light or, 4%, 5%, whatever. Some amount of like are amber-ish, right? Yingling, Boston Lager, blah blah. Blue Moon's on that list somewhere. I actually probably should have looked it up. But this tastes the most crafty, outside of like the ambers. But like this is even more crafty than that. It actually has some amount of flavor and ester profile. The other thing is mouthfeel too. Like it's not as watery. It's 5.4%. It's not as watery as those beers. So it's certainly different, and has a shadow of Belgian/German beer because it has some, yeast flavor to it. So I'm honestly impressed. I haven't done Blue Moon in a while. And I will say, by the way, Blue Moon is easily, so I said it's most crafty. It is also the most influential beer in my world of work, working in the beer industry. Especially in the brewpub model, where it's not beer geeks looking for like hazy IPA and pastry stouts. It's people looking for, hey, what's citrusy? What tastes like Blue Moon? Right? In their mind, a craft beer is Blue Moon. Men, I generally think IPA, but for a lot of women and a lot of other people, and men too, so I'm not trying to be misogynist, it's just my anecdotal data that I get from guests. ask for something citrusy, light, creamy, you know. Well, not literally that. I consider the mouthfeel, but they don't actually ask for that. They ask for something that's citrusy or like Blue Moon, and there's a reason why. You know, this is the most accessible brand, and it's most craft tasting that doesn't taste like beer, which is, you know, macro lager. Interesting. This one I'm worried about. Blue Moon Extra. What the frick is this? Appearance-wise, looks great. Looks just like these beers. Yeah. So it's way more orangey, and you could smell the booze on it. Like, it smells like orange peel and vodka. Oh, okay. I was a bit worried about this. Yeah. Okay. So it's actually quite drinkable for 8%, but this is a world we live in. Okay. 8% stovepipes. Ooh, some banana in there too. So it does carry some of the flavor characteristics, but they've definitely bumped up either actual oranges or flavoring, whatever they use. They've bumped up the orange character to compensate, I feel. And then the other thing about this beer is that this is just right in the realm of it drinks, period. Not that it drinks well, it drinks, period. People that want a 19.2 ounce can of 8% or over beer, and you guys have seen it. The dominance of this size has blown up at gas stations, supermarket, mostly gas stations, but supermarkets even have it too now. It's the world of the Voodoo Rangers, the Juice Force, the Fruit Force, blah, 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 blah. The Tropical Beer Hug. So New Belgium, Goose Island are the big guys. And then even now, like Cigar City now has Double High Lie, right? Like, so we're talking about big beers that don't really drink that great because they, you know, they just, you know, we're now at an alcohol race. Before it used to be an IBU race back in the 2000s. Now it is an alcohol race. And this honestly drinks with this creamy mouthfeel. The esters and phenolics sort of like confuse you a little bit. But like, I would not be surprised if people would blind this and think it was like one of the, like if I told you this was New Belgium's Citrus Force, like an orange double IPA, I think they would believe it. So that's what the world we live in. So the analogies, again, I've always said it, like the analogies of Witbier, Hefeweizen, sort of has analogies to hazy IPA. That's what you got here. I will not finish this can. Boozy. So it just drinks. If your goal is to find something that drinks okay or somewhat okay and gets you destroyed, that's your thing. In the range of all the other stovepipe cans out there, there are very few that I found that to be actually tasty. They're just alcohol for the sake of alcohol. The best one of the bunch is honestly just a regular Blue Moon. So this, for me, gets a C+. It's not a great non-alcoholic beer. It's just very wort flavored. Excuse me. Just lacking in the ability to taste like beer. It really just tastes like unfermented beer. Yeah, very, very thin. Well, thin is okay. Actually, it's a mouthfeel, but it's very like unfinished beer flavor. This one has all the, you know, I just explained all the trappings. Like it's alcohol for the sake of alcohol with a huge sacrifice of flavor at 8%. At 5.4%, you actually have the most craft tasting, flavorful, big macro brand. So there you go. There you go. Granted, with how well Voodoo Ranger is doing these days, I don't even know if this brand even holds up to some of those brands. But no, I think this has to beat those. But interesting world. So I'm gonna go C+, C+, B. C+, please. C+, B. Until next time, cheers. This was interesting. And now I got a bunch of beer to dump. Cheers later.